Hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome to Shifting Lanes. My name is Hanson. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'm here during the preparation of the IPD USA garage sale, and some people have started to trickle in here, and I saw something that really caught my eye, this 122 back here. And it's not just any 122, it's got something very special. And especially if you look at the hood, make sure you stick around till the end just to see how that opens. Holy crap!
Yeah, isn't that
cool? They're buzzing the tower here. They like to do that in IPD. I've got Adam Notice here, and he brought his 122, but I'm gonna let him do all the talking because this is a really special car.
So I got the car about 8 years ago. I wanted a project. I wanted an old school, the 122 chassis.
Okay.
And when I got it, I bought it sight unseen in Portland, and I live in Seattle. So I drove down in a flatbed, I picked it up, I trailered it back home, and when I got it home, it was basically completely stripped out. It didn't have any interior, any electrical, it's missing all the seals, and the frame horns were rusted. So I started by repairing the frame horns. I bought a donor car, and the car I found was actually a coupe. And then so I decided, well, as long as I've got this parts car, why not make a two-door wagon? So they never made a two-door wagon from the factory, but by using the doors and the quarter panels from the coupe, I actually was able to put it together and get longer doors. So I'm a bigger guy, so it's a little easier to get in and out of.
So you did all the sheet metal work yourself?
Correct, yeah. I've actually done everything that's been done to this car has been done by me.
Okay.
Start to finish.
Sorry to interrupt you there, but I did notice a very interesting symbol on the wheels. So BMW and Volvo, is this supposed to mean something in this car?
It does. So after having the car for about 5 years and never getting it completely on the road and never being able to enjoy it, I decided that the fastest way for me to enjoy the car, and it sounds funny to a lot of people, was to just save the body and put something that already ran and was the correct size underneath it. So after doing a lot of research, I found out that the BMW E30 chassis, the 325, is actually the same wheelbase and the same width, pinch weld to pinch weld. And so I bought a donor car. I peeled the outside off the BMW, I peeled the inside off the Volvo, and I mated the two together in my driveway.
So you're saying that this is not a Volvo, this is a BMW.
What does it look like?
So can you open up the door and maybe,
Sure.
Did you steal more things from the BMW?
Well, because I used the entire BMW chassis, all the electrical. It also has the BMW instrument cluster, which I modified to look aeromotive.
Wow.
It has the BMW wiring harness, so it has the electrical, the heater controls. It has the center console. It has the transmission, the floorboard. This rocker is the actual BMW E30 rocker panel. I used a convertible for the donor, so that it was already reinforced in the floorboards. Yeah, I made custom door panels.
Yeah.
This is actually Volvo, the original Volvo 122 part. This is custom, original. And because the dashboards were different lengths, I had to make a custom cap to go over what was left of the BMW dashboard. I tried to make it look like the original Volvo one did, and then I tied it into the door panels so that when the doors closed, you actually see a continuation line of the chrome all the way around.
That is some fine detail work. Is it safe to assume that there's also a BMW E30 engine in there?
That's correct. It has the 2.5 liter. The E30 was a gray market car, so it has the higher compression 2.5. It's rated from the factory at 170 horsepower. Yeah, let me pop the hood.
Let's take a look. And how does this open?
Well, since the body had hinges in the back and the chassis had hinges in the front, I didn't really have room for either because of the differences between the two. So I had to fabricate my own hinge system. And in doing so, it was easier for me to make it flip forward. And it also helped tie it a little bit to the BMW part of the car. One change I made was that I gave myself a little extra room so I can actually get in here and work.
That is smart.
So as you can see, this is the BMW strut tower. It continues down to the BMW frame. I added the Volvo mounting rail for the fender and then paneled off the difference between the two. This is the E30 cowl. If you're familiar with BMWs at all, you know there are little vents that go here and their wiper arms come off of here and the windshield would come back from here. The E30 has a much shallower slope on the windshield than the Volvo does.
So did you have to do any modifications to the 122 hood and the body to kind of incorporate this cowl?
I didn't actually. The fenders are completely original 122 fenders. The hood is a complete, besides the hinges, is a completely OEM 122 hood. This portion of the cowl is completely original 122. Still uses the seal from OEM seal from 122. I embossed this location here and added this emblem that's a company that makes these aftermarket, and behind that is actually acrylic and their side marker lights.
Oh, very nice. So when you put your hazards on,
they flash. Yeah.
Very cool.
One little trick that's interesting, the Volvo fuel filler is on the far side. The BMW fuel filler would be on this side.
Yeah.
Because it's a BMW chassis, I needed to fill from this side, but I didn't want to put that square door that the BMW has. So I created a hinge system to put the fuel filler behind the taillight.
That's cool.
So one interesting note that people get a kick out of is that I don't have a garage at my home in Seattle, and so all this work was done in the driveway at my house. I set up pop-up tents. My neighbors come by and hang out on the weekends, and we have coffee, and they watch me work on the car. So it's been really fun.
For any aspiring mechanics out there or enthusiasts that want to just work on their cars, let's take this as like aspiration, because anything can be done. You don't really have to have a garage. So pretty interesting that a lot of this stuff can be accomplished without shelter.
Right.
So
don't get me wrong, it's not fun.
Absolutely.
But if the will is there, the way is there.
Well, Adam, thank you so much for showing this car around. And again, if you like this car, please let me know in the comments below. And you can see more of this car at the garage sale tomorrow. And there's going to be a lot of fantastic cars there. So make sure you check out the rest of the channel for the rest of the IPD USA garage sale coverage. So I'm going to wrap it up right there. My name is Hanson. This is Adam. We'll see you next time.